Hi, Eric Gibaud, Gibaud.com, and today I'm going to give you my 5 tips advice for photography tips for May 2022. So let's start. Lately I've been doing a lot of pictures, outdoor, landscape, testing filters, and many people ask me a few tips about this. Not exactly the making of the pictures, because I've made some video, I will make some more also, but about the situation. So I'm going to concentrate on 5 tips around this. First one, very often we think about light, about light direction, light power, the amount of light, the color of light, but we forget about the wind. And wind is really, really important when we speak about photography also. The power, the strength, okay, and also the orientation. Why? Because first, there's one thing, this is for your gear, stability. Is wind is going to affect the move of your tripod, for example, or the direction of the wind will throw some seawater or water on your gear. That's very important to have an idea of this, but also for composition of your picture. If the wind is sideways, maybe the trees get a special look, okay? If they're front, maybe they look different, so or maybe a field of grass or whatever, okay? So take into account that the wind is also important in your pictures, not just about your commodity or your if you're more comfortable without or with wind, but also the way your pictures will look. So take very care of the wind, okay? Tip number 2. It's important you know about timetable of everything. Sunset hour, sunrise hour, moonrise, moonset. I don't know if you say moonset, okay, but when it disappears, okay. The seawater level, the tides, all this. It's important you know this, because when you go somewhere, you need more or less light, or you want to have the sea level at higher or lower level, depends on where you are. If you look at the Mediterranean Sea, there is no difference in level, but the Atlantic Ocean or the Pacific Ocean, yes, there is a big difference, okay? So it's important you know all that. It's important that to plan your session, the photo you're going to make. You could check easily an app like Sun Surveyor or Photopills, and you will have all this information: blue hour, golden hour, all this, and water level, sea level, all this. Okay, so try to know that, so you go at the right place at the right time. And if you have the orientation, you know if you will see the sun where it has to, where you want it, or that if it's possible or not possible. Okay, so plan knowing all the timetable. Okay. Tip number 3. Well, it's important you have knowledge about the weather forecast. But very often we get the app on our smartphone and we see like whatever city, your capital of your country, it says rain 80%. So most of us, until recently, I thought the same thing. We think that, well, 80% of chance that it's going to rain. No, that's not the way it is. This is 100% it's going to rain. 80% is how much percentage of the territory you're checking will be affected. It means, like, if you look like New York City, it says 80%. Well, it means it will rain in 80% of New York City. But yes, it will rain, yes. Okay, 100% sure, okay? Maybe when it says 10%, maybe you escape, okay? When it says 10%, well, okay, it's only 10% of this territory. So it's important that you know that, because if you see 80%, it's going to be really hard to find the place where it's not going to rain, okay? But if it's at 10%, maybe you can look at the cloud and see some areas where it's more likely to rain less or not rain at all, okay? So check the weather forecast and know that this is important. The percentage is not a probability. This is certain it's going to rain. What's not sure is exactly how much percentage of the territory will be affected, okay? Tip number 4. Well, very often we think about protecting our gear of cameras, bags, all this, but we forget about ourselves. So it's important you get cold and heat protection, okay, and also sun and rain protection, because very often we go well, I've burnt my forehead very often because I don't have a cap with me, and I start recording and sun appears and I just have a sunburn. So Sometimes it's not that dramatic, sometimes it is, okay, because maybe you get really cold and then you get ill, sick, and so that could be a problem, okay. So always try to get the right clothes when you're going to make pictures, and get some extra if necessary, but have a cold and for cold and for heat and sun and rain protection, okay, because there's nothing worse than getting really wet by rain, and then you have to spend the rest of the day like this, and then you'll get really bad, you know. So it's important. And don't just think about yourself. If you do like fashion photography or portrait in a strange place where there is no way to shelter, okay, then don't forget to get an umbrella somewhere in your car, or a blanket, or tell the person to bring a coat in case it would be too cold, okay. Same other way around, some sun cream maybe, or a small umbrella for sunshade. Doesn't matter. Think not just about you, think also about the person you will be making pictures to, if you do that kind of pictures, okay. So but get some proper clothes for what you're going to do, okay. Tip number 5. Well, it has to do a bit with tip number 4, but it's more for well, I tell you, always get extra clothes with you in your car or in your bag. Why? Well, just before I say, if you get wet because it's raining, then you cannot finish the whole day like that. So, well, accidentally you got wet because it started to rain really strong, okay? You need to be able to change clothes, okay? It's important. You must be able to change, okay? So, get that. But there are also accidental things that can happen. Like, typical, you just bend over to look something in your bag, okay, and then your trousers explodes, okay, or your zipper breaks, okay. So that's a problem, because well, if you're on your own, maybe that's not too much of a problem. So imagine you're doing a wedding reportage or street photography, and your trousers breaks, and you were spending the day there, and you're away from your house, and you have to go back to your car, then you can get changed. But still, you have this option. If you don't bring anything with you, that's a problem. When I go and do weddings, I always have extra clothes in my car, just because of that. If I've seen it, someone his trousers broke, okay. So if you go to your car, you're away from the wedding like 10 minutes, and you get changed, and that's it. But if you don't have anything, well, you're going to go back home, maybe you're 2 hours away or something like this. That's a serious problem. So when you know you're going to make pictures away from your house, always have some extra clothes in your car. Be ready for any possibility that something will go wrong, okay. And this includes having extra clothes, underwear, doesn't matter, anything, okay. Have everything double just in case. Well, that's it. These were my 5 tips for May 2022, which is a special month for me. I don't normally say it, but well, I tell it. On 17th of May, I will be 55, which is my birthday. So some people think I'm 75 because of the color of my beard, okay. So I will be 55. So well, that will be my special month tips, okay. So thank you very much for watching the video. If you feel it may interest other people, please share it on social networks. If you have not done it yet, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. There is a small button, and here is a small bell. If you click on the bell, get notified when I upload a new video. My website, Gibaud.com. If you have any question, can leave a comment below. Also leave your links of my gear on Amazon, links of everything I've reviewed by K&F Concept and Sandmark, and also a link to my PayPal account in case you want to make me a birthday gift, well, or donation as always. So thank you very much. Please take care of yourself, and see you soon. Bye.